Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, completely free of charge, and it tells you when I'm next going to be uploading a video. Thank you just straight off the bat to everyone subscribed, because I really do appreciate every single one. As it says in the title, we're doing the good, the bad and the ugly, which is my equivalent of the monthly favourites. I've actually only got one ugly product, and I've actually not got really anything in the middle area of the bad products, but I've got quite a few favourites or good products this month, so let's just get started. So the first product I want to talk about that I've been enjoying for the past month has been my homemade hair butter. So I sort of adopted this recipe. It's basically the same recipe that I got on a channel called CurlyPenny, I believe. I've mentioned it before. So I just made this by microwaving some shea butter, which I bought off eBay, sort of pure raw solid shea butter, and I mixed. It doesn't smell the greatest, it doesn't smell awful, it's just an earthy natural scent, but of course you could always add essential oils to it if you felt that that would make the scent more pleasant. I've got the shea butter, I've got coconut oil, and I've also got some argan oil in this for my hair. So I've made a body equivalent as well, so they're both actually favourites. The body one has got coconut oil, shea butter and jojoba oil in it, because I once read somewhere that that was the best oil to use on your cuticles, because it was apparently the cellular structure is the closest to the body's skin cellular structure, so it will absorb the best or something. I'm not a scientist, but I've been really enjoying both my homemade hair butter as well as my homemade body butter. My body butter, I like to put it all on myself when I'm in bed just before going to sleep. For the hair butter, I have tried putting it on dry hair as a styling cream. It doesn't work for me, but what does work for me is an overnight pre-wash treatment. So the night before I'm going to wash my hair, I slather this all over and then get up in the morning and shampoo and condition my hair as usual, and I feel like it has helped with the moisture level of my hair in doing that. Talking about hair and moisture, the next product I'm going to mention is the Garnier Ultimate Blends Mythic Olive, and this is the Weightless Nourisher Balm. So it's basically like a mask for your hair. My friend Lorraine sent me a sachet of it in a swap. Her channel's just called Lorraine, and I'm saving that for when and if I do travel, because this is a fantastic product. I'd already bought this before I got that, so I knew I really loved it. But actually I'm not sure if I'd actually tried it yet by the time I got her package, but I do actually prefer it to the Garnier Ultimate Blends one with the coconut in it, which is the one for dry and frizzy hair, and this one says the Sleek Restorer Balm, and this one is the Weightless Nourisher Balm for dried out hair. So I do prefer this one. I just feel like it gives a nicer result on my hair, and it really helps. I don't use it on the same day that I've used the pre-wash treatment. I use that when I've not had time to do my pre-wash treatment and I'm just shampooing dry hair like it is now, and I find a mask works really well. I literally leave it on for about 5-10 minutes and then wash it out. The perfume I've been really into this past month has been Friction, and that's by FCUK. My husband actually accidentally bought this for me because he bought it for himself. He bought the men's version for himself and he thought there were two versions, and so he thought he was getting both, and then realised this was a woman's version. It's called it just says Her at the bottom, Friction Her, and it's FCUK. It's such a warm, sort of sensual scent. It's absolutely perfect for that transitional time between summer and the warmth of summer and cooling down for autumn. But obviously autumn has all those warm colours in it. So I just think for this time of year it's perfect. I've just been really enjoying it. It lasts quite well as well. It lasts longer for me than some more expensive perfumes, like for example Daisy Dream by Marc Jacobs, which I love but just doesn't seem to last on me. And this one is an eau de parfum rather than toilette, which is probably why it does last a bit longer. And it's really affordable, something like £15-20 I think. So yeah, fantastic find if you're looking for a fragrance this time of year. My most worn foundation has been Rimmel Wake Me Up. I really love this. I've probably mentioned it before in a favourite. I've not got it on today. I'll just put a bit onto the back of my hand. It's not for everybody, because honestly it has got a bit of shimmer going through it, and even if you hold it up with the glass you'll sort of see that in the light, but I just love it. I mean, people use illuminating primers all the time, and I do too, and I feel like when I use this, it's sort of both in one. So it's like mixing like a L'Oreal Lumi Magique primer with a foundation, and it's in one. So I really like the way as well, for some reason this doesn't settle into my smile lines or cause settling in my fine lines under my eyes. It just works really nicely. I like the effect. The shades, you have to be careful with Rimmel. I've said before, they're not all cut from the same cloth, so because you're shading one of their foundations doesn't mean you'll be the same shade in the other. I have had True Ivory before, which I have really enjoyed, especially when I've got a bit of a tan, but at the minute this 100 Ivory, even though it's the second to lightest shade they do, I can only just get away with, because obviously I'm very pale. I haven't seen them do the shade in 010 Porcelain like they do in some of their other ranges. They might do, I just haven't seen it at any drugstore I've been, and obviously it's very affordable as well. So if you have normal to dry skin, if you have oily skin, this probably isn't going to work for you, to be honest. But for us normal to dry skin girls, it's a fantastic option. Now I have actually only used this for the last week of the last month, so apologies if that offends anyone, but I've got to have this in my favourites because I cannot believe what a difference it's made. I wear this eyeshadow, you've probably seen it in quite a lot of videos over the past couple of months, because it's in a project pan. It's Clinique, a Clinique blue denim sort of a shade, but I do find that unfortunately, although it's Clinique, maybe it's the age of it, I don't know, but it fades throughout the day, and it also doesn't go on as vibrant as I would like. This basically solves that problem. I have tried other things like my usual MAC Pro Longwear, etc., but in regards to causing this particular eyeshadow to stand out and not to fade, the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk has been the thing that's done it, and I assume this is a lot more affordable than MAC Pro Longwear, MAC Painterly Paint Pot, sorry, that's what I meant to say, MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So this is the NYX Milk Pencil that, again, Lorraine gave me in a swap. There are actually 3 things in this month's favourite, I believe, from that, so that wasn't deliberate, I've just realised that, and it is a complete coincidence, but I'm just, as usual, being honest about what my good products have been. So I would say if you haven't tried this already, definitely try it, and I fully intend on going out and getting more shades of this product. Moving swiftly on to lips, my favourite products have been the Revlon lip butters. Now again, these have been mentioned in favourites before, but I do crack these out every summer, and I just love them so much. A big fuss was made about them when they first came out, and that sort of died down. I'm just going to show you my 3 favourites. I actually have a review of the lip butters, which is one of the first videos I ever did on my channel, so I'll link that in the description bar, but please don't judge me on that because obviously I've come a long way since then. My 3 favourite shades are completely different to each other. The one that I sort of wear throughout the springtime usually the most is this pinky shade called Sorbet, which is right here. The one through the summer I tend to wear the most is this lovely sort of, I suppose, orangey shade called Juicy Papaya, which is 027, and then this shade I tend to wear in autumn. I especially love, for some reason I have a tradition where I tend to wear this particular shade on bonfire night, and it is 035 Candy Apple. It's not just the colour, but obviously the name of the shade as well just makes me think of that time of year, sort of Halloween time of year, and that's that shade there. So those are my 3 favourite shades. The formula consistency of this product is just right up my street. I'm not that matte liquid lip type of person. I do wear matte lips, but not like a liquid lip, and so this is more sort of my cup of tea, and I just feel like Revlon lip butters make you look so youthful and fresh and vibrant, and they've been a massive favourite as usual. For eyeshadow, I've been obsessed with this MAC Expensive Pink. You don't need to use the Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk to make this one pop. I just put this on the top of, like I say, MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and it works just fine for that. The shade is just so gorgeous and just complements my skin tone and my eye colour really well. It's that shade there, I hope that's picking that up. When it hits the light, it's got a lovely sort of it's pink with a sort of a peachy gold sort of shift to it. It's just stunning. And the only other eyeshadow I've ever owned from MAC other than this is Omega, which I bought as an eyebrow powder, and I hardly ever use it, not because it's bad, just because I'm obsessed with my Sleek Eyebrow Kit in Light, and I wanted to see if it was a dupe for it, and it is. But this shade, so really is the first eyeshadow shade for eyeshadow that I've ever owned from MAC, and it's just beautiful. I would say it inspires me to get other shades, but it's not really necessarily the formula etc that I think is so amazing, although it is good. It's just the shade. It's just so pretty. It reminds me of sort of the theme that goes on in the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, but it actually doesn't have a shade in it anywhere like this, because this is more warm, and that one, the shade is more sort of dusty rose or cool. I think if it had included some more shades of this sort of warmer pink, then a lot more people would have enjoyed that palette. But yeah, this has been a great pick again from Lorraine, and a favourite for this month. So for highlighter, I've got to show you this Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin in Opalescent Amber. This was a recommendation, or at least I think I saw it on my friend Autumn Dent's channel. Sorry, it's now called Autumn Louise, her channel. She changed her channel name. So as you can see, it's a lot warmer than the original one they brought out, which has like a really cool sort of purpley blue undertone shift to it. I think it's supposed to be more of a champagne colour, but I personally don't find it to be so. It looks gorgeous in the pan there. But I'm not the biggest fan. But I don't want anyone to think that I just dislike MUA, like Makeup Academy, the brand. And now finally I found something I'm in love with that will prove that. This highlighter is lovely. I haven't got it on today because it was just an everyday makeup look, and I'm at my palest at the moment. But when I've got a bit of a tan going on, this is beautiful on my cheeks, on the top of my cheekbones. Put on my cupid's bow, down my nose here. For me, with my fair skin, it is like a highlighter and bronzer, I suppose. It definitely warms up my face as well as highlights it, and it's been fantastic for summer. When I've been breaking out my fake tan, I've really been enjoying this. Next, moving on to some skincare, I've been really back into looking after my skin a bit more, because again, sorry to keep bringing it up, but Lorraine bought me some face wipes in our swap, and although they're brilliant, face wipes as a general rule are bad for me because they encourage me to be really lazy. Because these are particularly good, I was just taking my makeup off and not doing any of my other skincare, which is really naughty. And even though I realised my skin was getting bad, I was still doing it, so I'll be glad when I finish those off. But what I've been trying to do to remedy that is use my exfoliator. I used to exfoliate every single week and do a mask as well, and I've just been very lazy past couple of months. I haven't been doing that, and I have noticed a big difference in my skin. So I've been trying to get back into the habit, and I've been really enjoying exfoliating and doing a mask. I never exfoliate and mask in the same day because I feel that's too harsh for my skin. And for this particular Dead Sea Mud Mask, which is for normal to oily skin, and I don't have oily skin, I only use this to get everything out of my nose area, and just here and here, and sometimes around here. I'll never put it on my forehead because my forehead would just literally crack. And I don't really put it on my cheeks either. I need something a bit less harsh for that. But I've been finding using my St. Ives apricot scrub in Invigorating, and using this as a nose strip treatment has been really beneficial for me the past month. I didn't plan to put this in, but I am going to mention the Wilco's nail polish remover with acetone. So I'm nearly out of it, thank goodness, but this is a completely false economy, because although it's cheaper, you have to use twice as much to take your nail polish off. The acetone evaporates really quickly, as you can expect with cheaper products like this. So I'm actually using double the amount of product and double the amount of cotton wool pads. Usually I just put it on one cotton wool pad and that'll take both hands nail polish off both hands. This I have to cover one and use it on one hand. By the time I've finished that, it's evaporated, and I'm using it on a new cotton wool pad, saturating this on the other hand. So I am literally going to be going back to my usual Sally Hansen one. I have tried it at least. I think it's always worth checking if cheaper alternatives are better or the same. But yes, I will say this is not worth buying, even though it's only like £1. It is, like I say, a false economy, so that would have to be a bad product. And then let's get on to the ugly. So this pains me to say because I'm such a big fan of the eye cream and the night cream, but I bought Revitalift SPF 30 and I really do not like this. It feels very thick and heavy on the skin, and you might think, well, it has the SPF 30, but I have Superdrug's own brand SPF 30 and SPF 50 face cream, which I have used on the top of regular moisturisers, and that doesn't give me the bother this does, even though that's 2 layers and this is only 1. It feels thick and heavy, so and which sounds crazy for someone who wears a lot of makeup, but I'd say this even feels heavier than like most of my foundations do. And also my foundation breaks down over the top of it in patches, and it causes foundation that wouldn't usually to settle in really unflattering ways, in really unflattering places, even when set with powders that I know work for me, and even set with setting sprays. I just cannot for the life of me get makeup to work over the top of this product. I've even tested it in the house, not going out in the sun, thinking, well, people might think with it being SPF 30 I'm just putting it on and going out in the sun and it's the sun that's doing the breaking down. No. I've used this on days when I've just literally left the house to go to work, in the car, or days that I'm just hanging around the house, and even today I'm really just literally nipped to the shops and back and it was already breaking down. So I really wouldn't recommend this. It looks like that. The smell is fine, it just smells like the standard Revitalift products. It's just the performance of it really, which is a shame because I feel like it is actually making my skin feel like the texture and the elasticity and everything. It's doing a great job there. You know, I don't feel like I've had a facelift, but you know, I do feel nice and firm, and I feel like it's, you know, it's a good face cream, other than the fact it just ruins your makeup. So that's all of my good and bads and uglies for this month just gone. Let me know what yours are in the comments. If you're a YouTuber, just link it as well if you do a video, and I'll go ahead and watch that. If it goes to spam, I'll just take it out. And I hope you really enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.